Imagine this: you discover your spouse has cheated. Shock, anger, and disbelief flood your mind. But here's a shocking fact: 25% of married people will experience infidelity at some point in their relationship. That means it's more common than you might think. But what happens next? Can you rebuild trust? Is forgiveness possible? And how do you move forward? In this video, we'll dive deep into the tough decisions you'll face after infidelity. We'll cover how to process your emotions, whether to stay or leave, and how to rebuild a stronger relationship or find peace on your own. Stay tuned for practical strategies that will help you find clarity, regain your happiness, and take control of your future. Trust us, you're not alone in this journey, and there is hope. Keep watching. Chapter 1: Shattered Trust. The first steps to healing: discovering that your spouse has cheated is a devastating experience. It can feel like your world has just shattered. But here's the good news: healing is possible. The first step? Take a deep breath. Don't rush into decisions. It's crucial to pause and reflect. Studies show that 50% of marriages affected by infidelity end in divorce, but that also means half of couples manage to work through it. Start by focusing on yourself. After betrayal, it's easy to get lost in anger and confusion. But self-care is essential for regaining control of your emotions. Take time to rest, eat well, and connect with loved ones. According to Dr. Laura Berman, a relationship therapist, self-care isn't just a buzzword, it's a survival strategy. Talk to a friend or a therapist to get your thoughts out of your head and into a safe space. Next, understand that your emotional reactions are valid. It's normal to feel angry, sad, or even numb. These feelings are part of the healing journey. In a 2019 study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, 87% of individuals reported experiencing intense emotional turmoil after discovering infidelity. It's important to give yourself the time you need to process these emotions. No one heals in the same time frame, so don't rush it. Finally, make a list of your immediate needs. What do you need to feel safe right now? Do you need space? Or do you need to talk about it immediately? Communicating these needs clearly with your spouse can help both of you understand what's necessary to begin rebuilding trust. Chapter 2: Beyond Blame, Unraveling the Truth Together. The second step is to understand the full picture. When you're ready, talk to your spouse, but do it with an open mind. Anger might fuel your words, but it's not going to help you find the answers. Experts suggest taking a step back before diving into the conversation. Dr. John Gottman, a leading marriage researcher, says that harsh startup leads to harsh endings. In other words, how you begin the conversation matters. Ask questions, but focus on understanding, not blaming. What led to this? Was it something missing in your relationship? Research from the American Psychological Association suggests that about 20% of people who cheat do so because they feel emotionally neglected in their relationship. This doesn't excuse the betrayal, but it helps explain why it happened. Keep your tone calm and avoid accusing your spouse. It's also important to address the emotional aspect. Dr. Shirley Glass, a psychologist, found that couples who talk openly about the affair, without placing blame, are more likely to repair their relationship. Be honest about your feelings but avoid a confrontation that turns into an attack. The key here is a dialogue that explores both partners' emotions. At this stage, don't make decisions on the spot. Infidelity doesn't automatically mean the end of a relationship. In fact, couples who go through the process of rebuilding often grow stronger. In the Journal of Marriage and Family, 68% of couples who underwent therapy after infidelity reported feeling closer afterward. This is the power of shared healing and commitment to one another. Chapter 3: Grief or Growth? Deciding whether to stay or go. Now comes the tough part: deciding whether to stay or go. The first thing to remember is that this decision is deeply personal. There is no one-size-fits-all answer. For some, staying and working through the hurt leads to a stronger bond, while for others, moving on is the best option. According to a 2020 study in the Journal of Divorce and Remarriage, 35% of people who were cheated on chose to stay, and over half of those couples eventually felt satisfied with their decision. If you're considering staying, take time to reflect on what you both need to move forward. Forgiveness is essential, but it's not a quick fix. True forgiveness doesn't mean pretending it didn't happen, it means acknowledging the pain and working through it. According to Dr. Fred Luskin, a forgiveness researcher, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, not the other person. It's about releasing the emotional burden, not excusing the behavior. Setting boundaries will also be critical. Discuss what actions will help rebuild trust and prevent future betrayals. Is there a commitment to transparency? What about counseling? Couples therapy can be a game changer. In fact, 70% of couples who seek therapy after infidelity report feeling better equipped to face challenges together, according to the American Association for Marriage and Family Therapy. On the other hand, leaving doesn't mean failure. In some cases, ending the relationship is the healthiest choice. If the betrayal is part of a larger pattern of unhealthy behavior or if trust can't be rebuilt, it might be time to go. Remember, your happiness is the ultimate goal. Life is too short to stay in a relationship that continually makes you unhappy. The decision is yours, and it's okay to take time to figure it out. Whether you stay or leave, there's one truth that remains: you can heal. Life after infidelity can be fulfilling, whether you continue with your spouse or start fresh. Focus on personal growth, reconnect with your own dreams, and nurture the things that bring you joy. In time, this painful chapter can transform into a new beginning, one full of possibilities. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more relationship insights and support. Chapter 4: Forgiveness versus Rebuilding. What does true healing look like? Forgiveness is a powerful tool, but it's not a one-time event. After infidelity, true healing takes time and effort from both partners. It's easy to say "I forgive you," but the deeper work comes in the form of rebuilding trust. According to Dr. Harriet Lerner, a renowned psychologist, forgiveness is not a gift you give someone else, it's a gift you give yourself. It's about freeing yourself from anger and resentment, not excusing what happened. True forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. Instead, it's about accepting that the betrayal happened and choosing to move forward. But forgiveness can only happen if both partners are committed to the process. In a study published in the Journal of Family Psychology, 61% of individuals who experienced infidelity reported that their relationship could only recover when both partners worked on rebuilding trust together. To rebuild trust, you'll need to set clear boundaries. This might include full transparency, like sharing passwords or being open about daily activities. Some might find this excessive, but studies show that transparency can restore a sense of security. According to research from the National Institute of Health, relationships that implemented these boundaries had a 50% higher success rate in overcoming infidelity. In this process, patience is key. Don't expect everything to be perfect right away. Some days will be better than others, and that's okay. In fact, a report from the American Psychological Association states that couples who navigate the ups and downs of rebuilding tend to emerge stronger, with a renewed sense of connection. Focus on small victories, like open communication and showing vulnerability. These are the foundations of trust. Chapter 5: Turning the Page. Rewriting your relationship narrative. If you decide to stay and rebuild, it's time to rewrite your relationship story. The past will always be a part of your shared history, but it doesn't have to define your future. A fresh start isn't about erasing the past, but transforming it into a stepping stone for growth. You can't change the past, but you can create a future that is different, says author and relationship expert Dr. Lisa Firestone. Start by re-examining the dynamics of your relationship. Were there any patterns or issues that contributed to the betrayal? According to Dr. Sue Johnson, a pioneer in emotional-focused therapy, every relationship has unspoken needs that are often at the root of major conflicts. Understanding these underlying needs can lead to a more conscious, connected relationship. One of the most effective strategies is to strengthen emotional intimacy. Couples who rebuild after infidelity often experience deeper emotional closeness because they are forced to face the rawness of their relationship. In fact, research from the University of California shows that couples who improve their emotional connection after an affair report a 45% improvement in overall relationship satisfaction. Open and honest communication is crucial here. It's essential to express needs, desires, and boundaries. But don't just talk, Listen actively, too. According to Dr. John Gottman's research, the ability to listen, not just hear, is one of the strongest predictors of marital success. It's about creating a safe space where both partners can be vulnerable and heard. As you work to rebuild, take the time to reconnect in small, meaningful ways. This might be as simple as spending quality time together, engaging in a new hobby, or even just sharing a laugh. Research suggests that couples who engage in novel activities together, something new and exciting, can rebuild their connection faster and more effectively. This is an important part of rewriting your relationship narrative, creating new memories to overshadow the painful ones. Chapter 6: Love After Betrayal: How to Reclaim Your Joy and Inner Peace. Whether you choose to stay or move on, the journey toward healing is all about reclaiming your inner peace and happiness. After infidelity, many people feel as though their world has been flipped upside down. But it's important to realize that you can regain control of your joy. According to the American Counseling Association, individuals who focus on their emotional well-being after betrayal are more likely to heal fully. One of the first steps in this process is self-care. Often, after an affair, one partner can become so focused on the relationship that they forget to nurture themselves. But self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. Whether it's exercising, journaling, or simply taking time alone to reflect, these activities help you reconnect with your own sense of identity and peace. Another key to finding peace is emotional forgiveness, not just of your spouse, but also of yourself. Many people who are cheated on blame themselves, wondering if they did something wrong. But the truth is, infidelity is a choice made by the person who cheated, not the person who was betrayed. As author and counselor Dr. Karen Finn puts it, you didn't deserve to be betrayed, and you are worthy of love and trust. Releasing guilt can be a powerful step toward healing. One of the most profound aspects of healing is reclaiming your own sense of happiness. This might mean rediscovering old passions, focusing on career goals, or simply enjoying time with friends. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Marriage and Family found that individuals who prioritize their personal happiness after a betrayal are 30% more likely to experience post-traumatic growth. For those who choose to stay in the relationship, rebuilding your connection will require time and patience. But it's also an opportunity to rediscover the things that made you fall in love in the first place. Take small steps every day toward reconnecting emotionally and physically. Simple acts of kindness, like leaving notes of appreciation or having deeper conversations, can make all the difference in healing. Ultimately, whether you decide to stay in the relationship or move on, remember that you have the power to choose happiness. Surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. Focus on your personal growth, and make choices that align with your values and desires. Love after betrayal is not about forgetting what happened, it's about finding peace within yourself and opening your heart to the possibility of a future that's even better than before. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss more videos that can support you on your journey to healing and happiness.